Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to What Do You Say Anime. I am your host, Peter. On today's episode, we are bringing back a fan favorite game, the MyAnimeList review game. This is your first time playing with us. How the game works is we find the most elitist, prestigious, and sometimes outright bad reviews found on the popular website MyAnimeList. We will read out our reviews, and our host will try to guess the name of the anime and a score within a 2-score range. Correctly guessing the show awards you a point. Correctly guessing the score awards you a point. Correctly guessing both awards you a bonus point. We will play 2 rounds, and the winner of those rounds will win absolutely nothing. Joining me today in our game, we have Pat, Kat, and our new resident Swifty, Preston. Without further ado, let's jump into our first review.
Round 1, fight!
The genre for this one is action and comedy. Redacted is a very inconsistent and overrated series. Many anime fans tend to praise Redacted as it is the best battle shonen anime of all time, and they inflate its status by giving it perfect ratings while Redacted is a show that does good in some aspects or some good during some arcs, it fails at being consistent show throughout, which hinders it from becoming good or even great by that extension. Redacted is definitely not a bad show. Far from it, actually. It's just that Redacted suffers from problems that cannot be overlooked. And today we are here to see why this anime is fine as is, though not good and certainly not the greatest. The first problem or issue is that Redacted suffers from our filler episodes that almost every battle shonen suffers from. While there are many filler episodes in the series, there are still some filler episodes that cannot be overlooked, and they hinder from the overall show. Fillers hinder a show due to them not being necessary to the overall plot, and while the filler episodes here are consistently less of those from other famous battle shonen series, they still exist and cannot be overlooked. The second issue is that the series suffers from a lack of imagination, or thought when it comes to the comedy in it. The comedy throughout the whole series boils down to these 5 things: poop jokes, toilet paper humor, funny faces, a homeless man, and an angry brother and an angry sister beating up people because they're angry. Overall, Redacted is far from being the best battle shonen out there, as it suffers from many issues to even what would be called a good series. When an anime makes you question why the first 50 episodes of its run and think, when does it get better, you know that that anime won't turn out to be a good product. Though Redacted is not a good anime, it's not a bad one either, as it has some very strong episodes going for it. Gentlemen, we need to guess what the show is and what its score is. Kat, you start first.
So being that it's fine, I'm gonna guess the score first.
Sure.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right?
That's normally how numbers work.
Yes, but I'm asking the groupings because we do
Yes.
groupings. Okay, cool, awesome. 5, 6 for the score.
Okay.
The anime, I was like, okay, it's one of the big 3. It's gotta be one of the big 3. And then you said brother and sister, and now I'm so confused. I'm trying to go through all of my battle shonen. God. Battle brother sister. I'm gonna guess Bleach. It's not it, but
Okay, Bleach and a 5 to 6. Okay, Pat.
I'm also in the same boat, 5 to 6 range. I wish I watched more Battle Shonen so that I would know this one for sure. Does Full Metal Alchemist count as a Battle Shonen?
You could argue it, I guess.
All right, well,
I'd say it could count as one, yes.
all right. Well, that was my guess, but the fact that it doesn't definitely count means that it isn't. But I'll just guess it for the sake of not cheating.
Okay.
But yeah, so we'll call it that one. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood specifically.
All right, and Preston.
The brother and sister also, also took me away from the show that I was originally going to guess, but I can't think of anything else. So I think it's Gintama 5 and 6.
All right. Well, you all get 1 point. because it was a 6 out of 10. And Preston, you get the bonus point. It's Gintama.
Wait, what?
Which I'm surprised because I've never heard anybody classify this as a battle shonen.
Yeah, what?
So
it is. It's a battle shonen, but mostly seen
agree.
for its comedy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
right when I
Yeah.
heard comedy, I thought, okay, it's either Naruto or Gintama.
Exactly. I think most people, at least for me, it's like a gag humor action show. It's never really emphasized that it's a battle shonen like first. So I was hoping to trick you guys, and I got 2 of you. So pretty happy
Yeah.
about that.
The fact that they went, oh, it's not good, but it's also not bad.
Yeah, right?
Like over multiple times, it's just so funny to me. And then they acknowledged that they did that too. Even they were like in the same sentence rather than just going back and forth from "it's not good" and then the next sentence "it's not bad." Like that was, oh man, people are so full of themselves.
Yeah, that's what makes this game super fun. Kat, you're up next, my man. What we got?
All right. The genre for this is action, adventure, and drama. Honestly, I don't get why this anime is hyped. Perhaps the manga readers are hyped by whatever stories that aren't animated yet, but as a non-manga reader at episode 6, this show barely met the threshold for mediocrity. The art is uninspiring. The blend between CGI and traditionally drawn art is abysmal. The poor use of soundtracks failed to augment the emotional element of the story. What exactly is special about this anime? Perhaps the premise of the show is new for animes at least, but a fresh premise alone can't carry the whole show. While there are some plot points in the first 6 episodes that are clearly meant to tug at your heartstrings, the abysmal execution just ruins the experience. For me, it felt like I was shown a great advertisement for a burger, listing all the correct ingredients, etc. But the execution was so bad, it made me wish I never got hyped up by the ad to begin with. Nothing feels more disappointing to an anime viewer than when the story is clearly trying to be touching or emotionally affecting, but the scenes just fall short at the and end up bland.
What were the genres again?
Action, adventure, and drama.
Okay. Hmm.
Pat, you're up first.
Yeah, that didn't give away too much, I don't think. At least not to me. And nothing really caught me. I mean, I was thinking like Food Wars, but that's not adventure, like because you said recipe or cooking or something like that at one point, which I don't know. Most of these people that write these reviews are clever enough to do something like that, right? Like you
You would hope.
sometimes you'd hope,
You'd
right?
hope.
Like, oh gosh, may didn't say isekai, but I'm gonna go Konosuba, and I'm gonna go in the 5 to 6 range as well.
Okay.
Similar to the last one. I don't feel like that one was like this is the worst show ever. So yeah. What about you, Preston?
Well, since they said manga readers, I don't think it will be Konosuba.
True.
And I have no clue what this is, even off of what Kat read. I'm only going to go off the genres and say Made in Abyss 3 and 4.
Okay. So my thing is, I feel like I know what it is, but I'm kind of stuck on the where they said CG and hand drawn, because what's hitting with me is just the CG part. And last time I checked, the thing that's in my brain is entirely CG, which is why I'm thinking it's wrong. But knowing Kat, I feel like he might pick the show, so I'm gonna go with it. And I just hope that the person who wrote the review is just dumb and doesn't understand what CG is. I'm gonna go 3-4, and I'm gonna say Land of the Lustrous.
Mm. I fooled all of you. The show is Vinland Saga.
Wow, what?
Yeah.
What season of Vinland Saga? The
The
first?
first season.
Wow.
The first
Where's
season of
their
Vinland Saga.
noticeable CGI?
Exactly.
I guess in the fight, like the first fight scene, there's some, but
And when they
Yeah.
run down the hill with the boats, isn't that's a little? The boats are a little CGI-ish at the start too.
barely.
So
But
Yeah.
and then when they're rowing too, like any like scene like that. Which again, I agree, a ridiculous complaint, but like
Wow.
Yeah.
it is there, I guess. So maybe someone who only watched the first few episodes would feel that way. I
Well,
guess.
So-
what was the score?
Only Pat got it right. Because the score is a 5.
They gave that a 5?
Yep.
And,
They were shitting on it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Okay, that's why this game's fun.
Yeah.
well, did they even say anything positive about it? That's the thing. Like, I was like
Not
close
one
to giving
thing.
it. I was close to going like 3-4 because I was like, oh, they weren't very positive, but they also weren't like cripplingly horrible about it either. You know,
The
like most
closest-
people are.
The closest thing to positive they said was perhaps the premise of the story is new for animes at least.
That's true. There
But,
aren't
like-
many Viking animes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the premise of revenge for your father's death. Wow, that's crazy. That never happens in an anime.
Well,
That-
There's more to it than
It's
just that.
specifically just Vikings.
Yeah, I think it's the
is-
Vikings thing that they're leaning
For sure.
on.
for sure. Once again, I guess we don't endorse these people.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
take advantage of their terrible
The themes
reviews.
probably would have given you a better idea of it because one of the themes was historical.
Yeah, that would have helped. I honestly,
Right.
I don't think I would have guessed Vinland because none of those other things that they said made sense to it. But that would help maybe
Yeah.
a little bit.
If you said
I would say Kingdom. Actually, I probably would have gone Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Golden
Kingdom's
Kamuy.
mostly CG.
Yeah, Golden Kamui's a good one too.
because of the bear.
Yep.
Everyone likes to focus on that goddamn bear.
That's a
you
good.
know?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a great guess. Actually, that I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All-time bad CG.
Mhm.
It is pretty bad.
Yeah, but
All
now
right,
it's
hey.
iconic and it holds up
It is.
for some reason. It's
Oh,
so bad, it's
no.
good.
Does not hold up. Don't listen to Pete. All right, I guess I'll go next. Yeah, we're ready for mine.
Roll it.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. The genres are comedy, ecchi, and isekai. On the day of the final judgment, when we all stand before God Almighty, He will show all mankind this anime on a big screen. Every human who ever lived will be there to see it. In eternity, when there is no time, all of those who did not watch this will assimilate it fully in what seems like an instant. Then the screaming will begin, pleading and begging. The human souls will desperately try to justify the existence of this atrocity and will fail. The ground will split open and we will fall into the dark abyss, rejected and forsaken by God. I started watching this thinking it would be an isekai type anime. What would life be like if you turned into something, retaining your memories of human life, and got adopted by your hot classmate? Doesn't sound so bad, right? Well, let's just say if you like anime for the plot, better look elsewhere. Here we only have plot. Even the characters themselves have zero depth. They only exist to be looted by the protagonist. If these people actually existed in real life, they would be in padded cells. I can't even recommend this to ecchi lovers, but only a particular branch of that group. Those who are into zoophilia or bestiality. If you are in this category, this anime is made for you. Then again, you might want to read the manga instead, since the anime is apparently tamer in that regard. Some scenes are cut or skipped entirely. For everyone else, the functional members of society avoid this. All right, Preston. What show is this, and what score do you think our reviewer gave it?
Can you say the genres one more time?
Comedy, ecchi, isekai.
Yep. Okay. I'm pretty confident in my answer. I think it's a 5 or 6, and it's Inukai-san's dog.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right,
Well-
Kat, what's your answer?
It's not me, it's Pat.
It's
I
me.
mean, Pete.
I'm
Is it
also
Pete?
Pat. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hi, Pat.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
hey, what's
that's
up,
right.
Pete? Damn, that's really good. I think Preston's right, but I'm not gonna steal that answer just because I had something in my mind. I'm gonna go 3 to 4. Oh my god, I don't think it's an isekai now that I think about it. Shit. Shit. I'm gonna say Jobless.
Jobless. Alrighty.
This is a Beast Girl, even though I know that answer is wrong, but I don't. Damn it.
And Kat. This time for real. All right.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, like I am gonna steal Preston's answer. I'm gonna
You're
say
allowed to.
Inukaisan's dog, but I'm also going to say 3 or 4 because that was way too like I'm almost teetering on 1 or 2, but I know Mal reviewers, they wouldn't do that. So 3 or 4.
All right.
Um, yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Pete, one of the advantages of going second or third is that you can steal other people's great
I know,
answers,
but I didn't
and
want to
you
be
should
that
have.
guy.
You really should have, because then you would have gotten not only the regular points but the bonus points as well. Because it was My Life as Inukai-san's dog, and the reviewer did give them a 3. So, Kat, your hunch as well about that was an abysmal review, and they still
Yeah,
didn't. They still didn't give it a 1 or a 2. I think that
yeah.
that's crazy to me. Like that read to me like a 1 or a 2. The fact that they start off on the day of final judgment, when we stand before God, he's gonna torture us with this. Like
On
I don't
a
know. You would think that that would be
3.
a
Oh,
yeah,
I
3 out
didn't
of 10.
catch that line. I didn't catch that line.
The very first line,
I
yeah, where
I went I went 5 or 6 because they said they would recommend it, so I was like, okay, maybe this is like a 5, and it's just teetering.
I didn't know that was an isekai either.
Yeah, he isekais into a dog.
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
it's
my
so
fault for
tough.
not watching that show.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, wink,
No wink.
wink.
We reviewed it, or at least talked about it in our what was that winter 2023 first impressions
I
or something? Not first impressions, preview, I guess. I don't know.
blanked that out of my memory.
What
It
was your
was funny.
first guess going to be, Pete?
Redo of a healer, because there's like the beast girl that he like it makes a slave essentially. Like I was like, there's a lot of like beast characters in that show, and it is etchy, and but it was like it's not an isekai, so that's
I
it.
think they would have mentioned how depraved he is as a
I don't
human.
know. I don't know these Bow reviewers. They're all over the place sometimes.
I
True.
was I was honestly thinking it was gonna be Conception. So I was like, that's gonna be the one. And then you said fucking Zoophilic, and I was like, all of the women there are not necessarily adults, but they're old enough and they are not animalistic in any sort. So yeah, that's why I stole your answer, Preston.
It was a good answer.
It was.
It was
It
a
was a
very
damn
good
good
answer.
answer.
It was a very good answer. So there you go. Alrighty. So I believe we go to Preston now.
He's gonna go get
Yes, it
dinner.
is my turn. My show is drama and suspense. This show is absolute trash. People try to say it is good just because of the poorly written plot twist at the climax of the story. The show's narrative is complete garbage, switching from one character's insecurities to the despair of the second main character due to main character one's ignorance, with almost no transition. In the end, nothing changes. This show tries so hard to be something that is not, which only makes it worse overall. The ending provides no resolution to the story at all, instead just making it worse. The art is terrible. The scenes where they fight are awful. It looks like a 3-year-old played with crayons over their frames. Like seriously, what were they going for with that? People think it's abstract, so it must be a masterpiece. These people do not know what good art is. The characters are boring and one-dimensional. MC1 has no depth to her. She doesn't change throughout the entire show, forcibly re-arriving at the same outcome despite how hard MC2 tries to stop her. She learns nothing and doesn't grow as a result of that. She instead remains a dumb little girl. How is this a masterpiece? It isn't. People who actually think this show is good are suffering from cognitive dissonance right about now. Trying to argue otherwise is like trying to detect brain activity in an MC1 fan of this, or I fucked that up. Brain activity in a fan of this show. You can't. You could say MC1 herself is the personification of her fans, brainless and steadfast. Please take a hard look and see this show for what it really is. That one edgy emo kid you hate for thinking they are big and bad, but in reality they are pretty lame. What is this show, Pete, and what is its score? It is
Wow.
drama suspense.
Drama. There's a lot to take in, and so there's two main characters. One's a guy, one's a girl. I think.
I never said the other one's gender.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
so there's
If
two.
everybody wants to, I will say the second one's gender.
Please.
The second one is also a girl.
Oh, okay. I think I have an idea. Man. Okay, well, let's do the score. That was pretty harsh. If it's the show, I'm thinking, man, I really don't think it's 1-2. I think that's a little too rough. I'm gonna go 3-4. Dramas. Okay, this might be out of left field and this might be wrong, but with the two main characters are both women, I'm gonna go with Madoka Magica.
Okay. It's Kat's turn, right?
Yes. I didn't have any idea. Like that was so. For the whole time I was thinking it was Pet, and then you said two women, and I was like, I don't fucking know. So I am also gonna go Madoka, and I think I'm gonna go 1-2, because that's really rough. Well, nah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-4.
Okay, Pat.
Alrighty. Uh, the art style comment is what's getting me hung up because there's plenty of anime that have like two female leads or at least two leads that are female that I can think of that people would just you know talk about it so much like and just hate on it. This one seems like it's a pretty highly rated show though, so I want to guess Bochi, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna go with Kill la Kill. I'm gonna go with a 3 to 4 rating.
Okay, Kat. You said it was 1 and 2, correct?
No, you changed to
No,
3
I'll
and
switch it to
4.
3.
Okay. Nobody gets a point on score.
No!
Kat and Pete both get a point for the show. It is Madoka
Let's
Magica.
go.
Oh,
Let's
that's
go.
wild. I thought it was gonna be a 1 and 2. I should have stuck with my gut.
It was a 1.
Oh
It was.
wow!
Wow. That's
The art,
insane.
the art style isn't even that weird, is
It's
it?
When
great.
We're-
It's so
That's why I'm
good.
saying it's not weird though, right?
When
Like,
I
It-
was
it's
watching-
Shaft, I guess. So Shaft with the deck.
that's what I mean. Like it's not avant-garde, you know. Like
Yeah.
to me, at least, it isn't. I guess when they go into the dream realm or whatever you want to call it, when they fight the thingamajigs,
witches.
the witches, yeah. I
As
guess it's kind of weird, but like,
So when I asked Miles for help, I sent him this with everything spoiled out. And what he caught on to was crayons over their frames. Because whenever they're in the witch's realm,
Yep.
they draw like they're
Oh.
crayons.
Yes, they do.
yeah,
Yes, they do.
And
that's
I will
true.
say I didn't like the crayon art for a while, so I see where they were going at that, but no, the art for the show is really good.
As a known Madoka desk enjoyer, I
that's right.
I it took me way too long to get that. So
Yeah, because I got it for you.
you did. I've been
Yeah,
carried by
it
this.
must have taken you a long time because you had to wait for me to say the answer.
You're damn right.
That's,
Would you have gotten it if I didn't tell you the second MC's gender?
I would have guessed Steins Gate was what I was leaning at.
Ooh.
Just kind of like
Damn.
everything that you mentioned, the two main characters, because Steins Gate kind of has two main characters. And that's kind of just like what I was leaning toward. But yeah, the two female leads definitely. I think that was a good hit.
Honestly,
They weren't. I just called them MCs myself because, like, they said Homura and Madoka nonstop, and I didn't know how to differentiate.
Sure. All right.
honestly,
Oh.
honestly, if you hadn't told me that, I probably would have stuck with Pet, because that was the one I was going for.
Pet?
Yeah,
Pet? Ain't nobody watch Pet. There's no reviews for Pet. I'm just kidding. So that's our wrap up round 1. Going into round 2, we will list out the scores. Currently in first place with 5, we have Kat. Kat,
Yes,
congratulations.
sir!
You're taking the lead going into round 2. Preston, you're at 4. And me and Pat are tied with 2.
did so bad at this. I
Yeah.
never win this thing. I'm so bad at it.
Round 2. Fight!
All right, and now let's jump into round 2. I will kick things off with my second review. Over the last few years, it seems increasingly apparent that watching anything associated with moe is to be treated with the same sort of caution as is doing yoga or making origami. And I forgot, but the genre is slice of life. Generally, you do all three in the privacy of your own room, preferably with the lights dim and the curtains tightly shut. I, of course, am talking about you guys. Yes, there is shame to be had, admittedly, that you have watched Redacted. Because who in their right mind would enjoy a plotless moe blob slice of life show over, say, the testosterone-filled battle epic Tepaturn Gurren Lagann? Certainly no one would admit to such an atrocity act to their friends face to face, or anything less than a distance of 100 miles and 2 computer screens, for that matter. Hence, it becomes extremely hard to be objective when posed with the question, is Redacted a good anime? Because all of our social preservation instincts scream, run away! While somewhere deep in the soft side of our hearts, something keeps us rooted to our chair and our eyes in our display. Jokes aside, though, in recent times, I feel that too much anime are being categorized based on if they have moe elements in them. While there's nothing wrong with giving and labeling an anime as containing moe, it unfairly depicts certain anime as catering towards those niche otaku audiences and suggests its lack of depth and unoriginality. While in many cases simply it isn't true. Take Lucky Star, for example. Who's to say that isn't just a mindless moe blob? Spoilers, the answer is not Lucky Star. And to be fair, a lot of these moe hate stems from people who watch 3 to 4 episodes, drop it, and then go and complain about it on forums. As I followed Redacted throughout its season, I was quietly surprised as the moe moments gradually thinned out little by little. It was as if the girls grew older. The show slowly matured with them. Don't believe me? Well, don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Right now, open up episode 2 or 3 and count how many moe moments there are, and then compare them to a later episode, say 21 or something. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere to take your time. Okay? See? Done? Good. Anyway, as I was saying, the gradual fade of moe was to be subtle and barely noticeable. But for those paying attention to its nice touch, it went along with the toned bitterness of their end of their high school lives. I will conclude with this afterthought. I could probably very easily write a long rant about the negatives of vanilla ice cream. I should talk about how bad it is for your health, how expensive and nutrition lacking the ice cream is, or how it's an overrated flavor, and too many people eat it just because they don't have the guts to try new and better flavors. Or how the ice cream companies continue to make vanilla ice cream to cater to these idiotic people, cashing in instead of nobly taking the first step and revolutionizing ice cream flavors. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that I still like vanilla ice cream. And that I enjoy having it every Friday night as a dinner as I tune in to watch this weekly action flick on television. If I didn't enjoy vanilla ice cream, would that change the fact that it's not a good ice cream? Of course not. Vanilla ice cream exists for people who like vanilla ice cream. Just like Redacted exists for people who like good slice of life with a bit or whatever floats your boat, moe. If there are people who enjoy it, then that should be all that matters. And I think sometimes we're too easily forgetful of that fact. Gentlemen, what show am I talking about, and what did they give it?
Oh, man, the score is the one that I'm tripped up on. I'm almost positive that the show is Non Biyori. Um, I'm gonna say it's a. I'm gonna say it's a 7 to 8.
7 to 8, and you're going non-Biori. Okay, Pat.
Yep.
Alrighty. I was like thinking like, I don't know, like Bochi or like a laid back camp, but then mentions how many episodes there are, and that kind of limits your answers here. So I really like Kat's answer, so I'm gonna yoink it from him with non Biori. I am going to go in the 9 to 10 range though.
All right, Preston.
Moe is my probably least watched type of show, so this is just a struggle. But I think I heard them say end of high school for it, and so that's why I don't think it would be non Biori.
Yeah, that's true.
So my only idea, and they'd have to give no context to what they do in the show, is like Yuru Camp in a 7 to 8.
Okay, well, one person's getting points, and that's Pat. It was a 9 out of 10. And if you know moe blobs that travel throughout their high school experience up to their graduation, there's one that sticks out in particular, and some would say it is the staple of moe. The answer was K-On!
Oh!
Was considering
Damn
guessing that,
it!
but when they said episode 21, I was like, okay, this is 2 seasons.
21.
But nope, it was okay.
K-On! Has 2 seasons and a movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't even pass my mind.
I should have went with K-On!
All right, Kat, you're up next.
Ooh. Yes, sir. All right. So, our genres are adventure, comedy, and sci-fi. Honestly, I feel like I'm going crazy seeing the general reactions everyone has about this show. Is it possible that everyone who isn't a complete fanboy has already dropped it? But I thought season 1 was decent enough for me to give season 2 a shot. For an action shonen, which sets up this big war between two factions of the story, the action is unbelievably underwhelming. The battle scenes are awkwardly directed, the tension is non existent since every fight gets resolved in an instant, and the animation and sound are serviceable at best. This series' strong suit has always been the cute ways main character uses his power in order to solve problems. And while there is a decent amount of that in the season 2, it's not enough to make up where the show is lacking every other department in parentheses. It seems like this show was just made to appeal to the kids who paid attention in science class in middle school. Other popular shonen series haven't exactly set the bar too high in terms of characters, dialogue, story, etc. But the show somehow manages to not even meet my fairly low expectations. The characters are bland and have no chemistry at all. The villains' motives seem convoluted at first, but eventually you realize that the author just didn't think about it all that much. The main antagonist's backstory is the first piece of media that made me laugh at a little girl. Uh, Lastly, the humor is just bad. This show was not funny, at least not intentionally. Pat,
Okay. If you say those genres one more time, it was sci-fi, action, and
action
was it
adventure,
an adventure?
action, yeah, sci-fi comedy adventure.
Sci-fi comedy adventure. Gosh, I'm not very confident on this either, but I'm gonna go maybe Dr. Stone. Getting that vibe a little bit. Yeah, because like I was initially like Space Dandy. It's gotta be Space Dandy because we just watched it and everything else. But no, no, I know the little girl getting brought in. Maybe this person just doesn't like Suika or whatever her name is in Doctor Stone. And I'm gonna go a 3 or 4.
Uh, I'm also gonna go with Dr. Stone. I think they were talking about Skaza's younger sister, Mirai, for when
Oh,
they laughed.
true. Okay, that's a good one. There we go. Proud of my answer then.
So yeah, I think this is Dr. Stone, 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
Or 3 and 4.
yeah, I hate to be that guy, but I was like, oh, this hat, like, adventure shonen. He said that comedy sci-fi that has multiple seasons. I was like, it's got to be either Eden Zero or Dr. Stone. And then he mentioned something about paying attention in science class, which makes me think that it's Dr. Stone.
That
So,
was the ultimate give me.
yeah, so I'm going to go Dr. Stone, and I'm also going to go 3 to 4.
All right. So, Pat, what was your score?
3 or 4.
We all guess the same thing.
Everybody gets the points.
All the points.
Yeah, all the points. Because you all answered the same thing.
Yeah, I know that was really cowardly of the other two to just steal my answer straight
And
up. But hey,
in my defense, I wrote it down before you even said anything.
In my defense, I've read the whole series. I knew it was Dr. Stone.
Yeah, this is just a wild answer, a wild review. So
I think some of it actually I agree with.
Yeah, you don't like Stone Wars.
For the record, I gave Stone Wars an 8. I think Stone Wars
I
is
thought you gave it
solid.
lower.
I just think how they built a tank in that episode was really dumb.
that's fair.
The show
But I
is
like the
dumb.
show.
I
I
love
like
it.
the show a lot.
I love that show. It's so dumb, but it's so good.
It's a very fun show.
This guy, how many years did he count in his head just so that
Too many.
3,000 plus.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how the human mind works. Yeah, totally. Cool. All right, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yep.
Alrighty. The genres are action and fantasy. Dorohedoro plus Hellsing Ultimate plus Shonen equals the show. What have we got here? Immortal antiheroes? Check. Bloodthirsty good guys? Check. Stylized hyperviolence? Check. Dark comedy? Check. Anti-nihilism? Check. BDSM? Ultra check. Once in a lifetime, you'll come across an anime that truly captures the historical and cultural distinctions of the modern world. I have to admit, I had my doubts when I first learned of this anime. After all, the show? Will this anime even be good? How ignorant was I to even have these thoughts? Little did I know, I was about to indulge in what may have been one of the best weeks of my life, that is, This Show Tuesdays. Opening, 10 out of 10. The opening credit enticed the audience with a captivating enigma. I was so taken back from the next generation animation that I almost didn't even realize the underlying symbolism in the ongoing references. It wasn't until my 10th viewing of the opening where I finally got my bearings together and was able to focus on the grip. Premise and protagonist, 10 out of 10. The premise started out strong. The underlying analogy of the 21st century dystopia was enlightening, to say the least. The complexity of the story as the main protagonist, male name, struggled with the everyday endeavors for a slice of bread. Plot, 10 out of 10. There I was, gripping to my chair as the conflict of this show began. I was so enticed by the anime that I felt as if I was both practically and relatively a part of the movie. They used the wrong "a part," by the way. They said "a part," not "a part." Shockingly, I know. This is a special kind of high that not even the strongest of drugs can give you. Was I part of the show? Am I inside the show right now? This show will leave you questioning. At this point in the anime, I was fully intoxicated by the avant-garde animated art style. That's when the plot finally aggrandized. I've never heard that word before, but it looks real. And I was completely stupefied. Enjoyment, 10 out of 10. You could have lived 1,000 years of wisdom trying to predict the plot twist, and you never even would scratch the surface of what actually transpires in this anime. I was so bewildered that I actually had to pause the anime so that my existential crisis didn't dive too deep inside of myself. Even pausing the show was surreal. It's almost as if life paused with the show. I felt as though I had actually become a cinema. This show literally enlightened me and ruined my life. What score what show is this, and what score did they give it, Preston?
If this is a 10 out of 10, I give up. Because this has to be. And I don't think I've watched this show. What were the genres?
The genres were action and fantasy.
Okay. My only idea is Akudama Drive. And that is my guess.
Knowing me, that's a great guess because I love to talk shit about this show or find bad things to say about it, even though I gave it an 8 out of 10. Or no, I think I ended up with 7. But yeah, all right, good guess. Pete, I believe you're next.
If this is the show I think it is, if they think this art style is avant-garde, I need them to watch something like Ping Pong or like Sunny Boy to understand, or to Tommy Galaxy or something like that. That is avant-garde art style.
Or Madoka Magica, apparently.
Or Madoka. And the fact that if this is also the same show, if they think that there's like symbolism in the OP, I don't think you know what the word symbolism means, because there's references, but that's not symbolism. I'm gonna go 9 to 10. I think it's Chainsaw Man.
Okay. What about you, Kat?
So I was juggling 3 shows in my head. I was juggling Blood Blockade Battlefront. I was juggling, I think it was an Akadama. It was Akadama Drive. And I was also juggling Chainsaw Man when you mentioned bread. So, yeah, that's definitely a 9 to 10 Chainsaw Man.
All right. Yeah, I think my 2 reviews I thought were pretty easy overall. This one is a 10 out of 10. The reviewer gave it. Would have been quite the twist if he gave it like a 7 overall, right? Like
I would love
Yeah.
that.
it would have been
That
really
would've been
funny.
great.
I wish he did. Maybe I should have left out the scores. I don't know, but I thought they added to the effect. And especially, yes, it is. This is somehow about Chainsaw Man.
What were the giveaways?
Think of bread. The first
Bread
episode,
thing.
he gets something with bread.
Oh my
It
god.
was also
21st century dystopia.
Yeah,
it was
Unironically thinking that this is
Did that not
avant-garde
fit
art style.
Akudama drama?
yeah.
Yeah, it probably could too. Yeah.
it could kind of fit it, yeah. But then there's also this show Tuesdays was Chainsaw Man Tuesdays. If you remember that was the
I
that was
watched
was
too
the
many
thing.
shows to remember the days.
yeah, fair enough. I just remember like all the gifts being thrown around of people
Oh,
being like,
God.
"Oh, it's Chainsaw Man Tuesday, baby, let's go." Male protagonist kind of gave it away a bit. And then I don't know the opening. I guess like people talked a lot about that. So that show's
Yeah.
opening. Um,
Big miss
this,
by me. I'm the highest on this show probably. So
I
big
need
miss.
let me search this word real quick. I guess we can edit this out, but I'm curious now because I initially when I read it, I thought this word was a typo, but no, aggrandize. It is or aggrandized is the past tense of aggrandize, which means to increase the wealth, power, or status of, or enhance the reputation of someone beyond what is justified by the facts. So
Good
this
word.
show, when the plot finally aggrandized, and I was completely stupefied.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the correct way
That's
to
not
use
the way
that
to use
word.
that word does not fit, I don't think. I don't believe it is, but fitting.
Unless you think the story isn't good, which fair, but why'd you give it a 10 out of 10?
I think that this perfectly reflects someone who would give Chainsaw Man a 10 out of 10, which is that's why I chose it. It was pretty fucking.
You know what's funny is that we make fun of the Mal comments for being like elitist and shit, and then I go on this rant about Chainsaw Man. I was like, you know what? I am this person. I'm just like the opposite. I am the Mal reviewer.
Yeah, you do it like on your own platform though, or
That's
in your
true.
own place to people who want to hear your reviews.
For
You
reference,
don't-
I gave the anime an 8.
Yeah, you don't stroke yourself on a public forum and use big words like aggrandize that you don't even know how to use.
I don't even know how to use big words in general.
We know.
I lost it.
Discord
with
lore,
being
he
super
can't
high.
read.
Yeah, that's very true lore. It's probably one of the only true things in our lore.
Don't look up my Mal reviews though. I have 2 out there.
Ooh, you just
And
drew
one
a lot of
of the
attention to it.
manga.
One's a manga. Only one is an anime.
Alrighty, well, Preston, I believe you're next.
1 second, I'm sorry, dog's barking.
No, it's not allowed. You have to start now.
The dogs add to your review.
Okay, they stopped.
Oh, they did? All right, perfect. Right.
Okay. Honestly, if it wasn't for good animation and production values, this would be a worse show that it would have been. I did not
Pardon me.
misspeak. That was the correct sentence.
What
What?
demographics? No. Start
Genre.
over. Start
Okay,
over and just do the
I'll
genres if you
completely
don't
start
mind.
over. Okay. This is action sci-fi. Honestly, if it wasn't for the good animation and production values, this would be a worse show that it would have been. It is as if they spent the entire budget on the animation through the same-sex marriage gimmick just so they can get weirdos who are into that stuff an excuse to overlook the horrendous lack of good writing in addition to better plot. Things that happen in this show. Bad corporate parents using their kids as tools for corporate espionage and backstabbing. A fake ass school where nobody ever studies, instead they just duel every day for gambling and clout. 90% of the plot is just high school drama with a Down syndrome MC. There are some glaring plot holes that don't make sense or are not explained in an acceptable fashion. Why didn't the school do a background check on MC1 and her cargo? Students can start major corporations while in school. What about school studies? Oh well, it's a fake school. Who cares about education? Am I right? Why are explosions pink? Overall, a disappointing series with some good character development squarely on a side character. Sad that I was more interested in his story than MC1 and MC2.
Wow, this person could be any more wrong because this show kicks major ass. I'm gonna give this. I think that they're leaning in the 3 to 4 range because they like one specific character a little bit. But the show that they're talking about in question is G-Witch.
Okay,
What
Pat.
do you think?
Yeah. Personally, I think they were way too harsh on it. So I'm gonna go in the 1 to 2 range, and it is Witch from Mercury, like unequivocally.
Yeah, I haven't seen Witch
Okay.
from Mercury, but that was my guess as well. Like before anyone had said anything, so I'm glad to see my hunch be reaffirmed. Um, I need to beat Kat, right? So because Kat was leading, so I think I can match up with Pete on this one, and I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go 3 to 4 as well, and see if I'm right. I also think it
Okay.
is more 3 to 4.
Okay. All you are correct on the score. Or not the score, the show. But none of you are correct on the score.
Wait,
It is
what?
a stick.
Ooh,
What?
Wow, wow, they got me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
That is a vintage cat review.
Yeah, a shout out, Happy Masterpiece, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Something
Yep.
like that.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
oh,
Terrible show, 6 out of 10.
One
Well,
part that I cut out was them referencing themselves or quoting themselves. This is Mobile Suit Gundam Bad Parenting Fake School Education and Marriage Gimmick by Mr. Sir Glitch. Like,
they're for sure homophobic. Like I don't even know them, but I'm gonna call them out right now.
What the fuck?
Well, the thing is, gentlemen, we are in a predicament. Preston or Pat, did you guys bring a third review?
fuck.
I do
No?
not have a third review on me. No.
Okay.
I have one, but I would have to just guess
Well,
how to read it.
here's the thing. So, we'll make something up on the fly. Me and Kat are tied. We both have 9.
Ah.
We both have 9. Preston, you have 7. Oh, sorry. Preston, you have 8. Pat, you have 7.
Best place.
So me and Kat are tied. So if no one has their third review, I have a proposition for Kat.
Yes.
I have my third review. If you get it right, you win. If you get it wrong, I win. How does that sound?
Why don't we just do both of our third reviews?
Just our two. And
Yeah, just our two.
everybody. Well, here's the thing: if we tie, then we gotta do this all over again. I guess, gentlemen, your thoughts?
Let me double check that I don't have my previous Mal review game bonus backup ones.
Okay.
saved.
But I'm actually really proud of my third review.
I think I can get away with this one that I have.
Okay. I'm how about
I think
this?
that's better. Let's just do one.
Okay.
Too. So I think do Preston's and write. You guys both write your answer.
Write the
down
answer
too,
down.
so you can't cheat
Okay.
off each
And-
other.
Do you have to get the score right as well? I guess yeah. Just to see who's
As a tiebreaker, yes.
Sure.
have them-
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
both. And if we tie again, then we'll call it even Steven because I didn't expect this. This is the first time we had a tie, so
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
So run it.
I'm ready whenever.
Okay.
Oh wait, I don't know the genre. Give me
I don't
a
know
second.
the name of the show.
No, I definitely do. Okay, that's one of its genres. That's crazy. Okay, I'm just gonna give one slice of life.
Okay.
This show on the surface looks like a pretty simple cute girls do fishing anime. And while it does that, it also covers a topic near and dear to my heart, and that is the loss of a family member and finding happiness in the activates you spent together. Spoilers ahead. Story. I felt the story did a great job in bringing in the emotional moments of losing a family member and mixing the fun of fishing, camping, cooking. I know a lot of people turn to slice of life for good vibes aspect of this genre. The mix of the serious and fun felt right to me. The cooking aspects of the show were a lot of fun as well. Simple recipes for preparing fish and side dishes were a great touch to a show like this. Characters. The main character loses her father and her mother remarries, and lo and behold, she gains an upbeat and comedic stepsister. The dynamic of these two were very Ren and Nadeshiko-esque from Laid Back Camp. Straight-laced big sister and over-the-top little sister. It was a lot of fun seeing these two interact on screen. Nothing groundbreaking, but an overall good time. Sound. OST was nice. Not laid back camp levels, but the ambiance of the mood was set and was fitting. Animation. It was fine. I am not really looking to get blown away by a show like this in terms of visuals, but in no way was it appalling. Enjoyment. I watched this week to week. It was the first show I saw after on Fridays. It's nice going into the week on good vibes and a smile on my face. Overall, if you a if you a slice of life junkie like I am, this show is a treat. Love the mix of fun, fishing, cooking, and sometimes pretty hard-hitting emotions, especially for someone like me. I think the show is a solid. Oh, oops. End there. End there.
Cat has to go first.
That has to go first. What is this show?
Show is slow loop.
Okay.
Like
What is this?
absolutely, unequivocally, it's show loop. It's slow loop. It's gotta be.
What's the score though?
Ooh, the score.
Give your exact one, not a range, so that we can try to avoid a tiebreak.
No, range should be fine still.
Do you think so? Because I'm pretty
Yes,
sure.
Because we'll end in a
I
tie
think range would
anyway.
be
Is it, all right, fair enough.
It's
fine then.
whatever. It's all for fun.
Well,
Let's
what about the
go-
prize? We have to distribute the prize.
The prize
evenly.
of nothing.
I'll do a coin flip.
Yeah. No, I'll let me win. I win if they tie.
No, let me win. I'm in second place technically.
Yeah, but it was your review, so yeah, let me win.
The score is a 9-10.
Ooh!
Okay. Pete, what's
I
this
win.
show?
Okay, fun fact. This show is slow loop. It's a 7 to 8. The reason why I know this is because that's my review. Like,
It is Pete's review.
that's my review of slow
Come
loop.
on!
The only show I ever reviewed on Mal for an anime is slow loop.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking
Yeah.
kidding? Nah,
Yeah.
that's fucking bullshit.
Yep. That's my review.
That is fucking bullshit.
Cat just got played so hard.
You got played
That's-
so hard, bro.
No, you don't get to fucking win like that.
Pete,
No, that is your fucking. That's fucking cheating. That
Because
is
Miles was gonna do that
racketeering.
last episode.
Miles told me to do it for
Yeah.
my third.
That's great.
Oh,
Sorry,
my
Cat.
God.
You got played, bro. You got straight up played. Oh,
Right when I heard the tiebreaker, I was like, Pete wins this. No diff.
no diff. That's so cheating. But you know what?
It's not cheating because you didn't do it. It was of my own free will.
True. I guess it helps that
That's
I wrote
fucking
it.
bullshit.
Sorry, Cat.
That is fucking bullshit.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. I guess.
I like the game. I fucking hate the players.
Yeah, true. Dude, my cheeks hurt from smiling. That was funny.
Jesus Christ.
Well played. Well, that concludes the round. Cat, I'm still saying this is a tie because that was some bullshit.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Straight up. Props to you getting slow loop like right off the bat though. But that was Mal Review Game 4. Gentlemen, that was super fun. If you're listening, let us know how you did, whether it's in our Discord or if you're watching us on YouTube in the comments below or whatever. Play along. We have other renditions of this. We have 3 other versions. So if you want to play a game similar like this, we got more content for you. So go check that out. yeah, I think that's going to conclude our episode. So, gentlemen, thanks for joining me. If you want to support the podcast, the best way to do so, like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on whatever platform you're watching or listening to us on. We have visual content on YouTube and Spotify, audio content anywhere podcasts can be found. Next week will be our Dirty Pair discussion and review for Watch Club, the OVAs, so that will be interesting. Otherwise, if you're here for normal anime content, in 2 weeks, it's going to be the review of Spring. I think it's a solo episode, maybe. We'll see. But I'm going to go over like 30 shows that I watched last season. So, and do my review there. Yeah. Or Summer? There we go. Whatever. One of the seasons that I watched anime, I will be reviewing. So
all of them since like 2018.
Sure, why not? So tune in for that. Otherwise, yeah, thanks, and we'll see you next time. Peace.